Hey everyone, this is Lomi, and I had a really interesting opportunity come up a few months ago. As the BJD hobby expands, there are more and more unique dolls being sculpted by artists all around the world, myself included. One thing I've noticed though is there aren't as many artists who specialize in 1/3 scale dolls, and not many who specialize in more realistic sculpts. If you're familiar with my channel and my collection, you'll know that's what I lean toward, and I was super excited to have a chance to get a special preview of the first doll release of a new individual artist. So today I'm opening up a very special version of the new Draugar Dolls Hunter girls, and what I have in here is the full set of all 3 heads, all 3 bust sizes, and all the options for hands and feet, as well as some fabrics and materials hand-chosen by the sculptor to go with this doll. The first head I unwrap is Selene, who happens to be my favorite of the 3. The second one is Jericho. This is a 3D printed copy of the master sculpt that is currently being cast as this doll goes into its first ever pre-order period. I'd seen a lot of photos of this body and the head sculpts that go with it, but actually holding it in my hands and seeing the amount of nuance that has gone into not just the sculpting, but the engineering of the joints has been a really incredible experience. There are so many delicate details in this doll, and the body is special enough to begin with because it's incredibly challenging to find muscular female doll sculpts. There are flat feet, high heel feet, point feet, 2 poses for hands, and even a pair of glove hands with sculpted seams and pulled fabric across the knuckles. The hands are magnetic, but the feet are strung, and I personally feel this is the best arrangement because it makes it easy to switch hands, but feet won't get stuck inside shoes. This third head is Ruby, and she has a mouthpiece with teeth that fits into her open mouth, lending this sculpt a lot of facial depth. One of my favorite parts of this body is the joint at the base of the neck, which lends the doll a lot more mobility than what you would usually see. I'll dress her up and show some more shortly, but first, back to why she's here to begin with. One challenge that is always faced by new companies, and particularly small artists, is once they release a doll, what is that doll supposed to wear? Until people have the doll in their hands, all they have to go off of is measurements, so they're just sort of guessing what might fit. As this doll was in development, the artist behind Draugar Dolls and I spoke of how neat it would be for there to be resources available for these dolls from the very first day it's available for pre-order, enabling people who were interested in this doll to start preparing clothing as soon as their order was placed. Today is May 1st, and that means the pre-order for the Hunter Girls has gone live on the Draugar Dolls website, which you'll be able to find a link to in the video description. At the same time, the first set of patterns drawn specifically to fit this doll is already up in my pattern archive and available free for anyone who wants to sew for their own doll. The first set is a series of beginner-friendly basics, including leggings, a shirt with 4 length options for the sleeves, a tank top, and some undies. Since these are designed to be made with stretchy material, both shirts will fit all 3 bust sizes. These will also serve as component pieces or starting points for some special designs the sculptor created specifically for this release. Over the course of this month, I'll be preparing another big pattern release tailored to these dolls, bringing to life a variety of outfits with mix and match pieces. This is my first time collaborating with another doll artist, and it's been incredibly fun to have the chance to make someone else's designs, especially since they're in an aesthetic I enjoy, but not one I use for my own collection. It's also been really fun to get to have a hands-on experience with this doll before anyone else, and I've been so impressed with how easily and naturally the doll poses. I feel like she's most similar to the Dollshi 26F I recently purchased to make into my character Sarah. The way the joints function is similar, but this doll actually has a better and more natural range of movement, And unlike Dalshi, there's no price increase for darker colors of resin. I'm really looking forward to sharing how some of these outfits come to life. In addition to the patterns, something I recently added to my pattern archive is measurements for the dolls I sew for, which can be found at the top of each pattern category. While a few sections are still missing detailed measurements, this will help you determine if these patterns will work for other dolls outside of what I sew for, which is something I'm asked about quite a lot. If you have another doll in the 58 to 60 centimeter range, you can check my archive for this doll's measurements and compare them to your own before you start sewing. If you find something that's a particularly good fit, be sure to share what you've discovered because that helps everyone dress their dolls. That's all for today though. Thanks for watching. Bye.